It's week 1 of the NFL, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Jets and the Ravens, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the New York Jets and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Dobbins again on second down. 7 yards there and a first down. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game. Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Now Jackson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way. Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
To throw on 2nd down, Shirley able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Gibson again.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Shirley. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shirley. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, you might want to get out of the way.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. On 3rd down, Shirley. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
I get the thought process. Third and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. Sly able to put this one through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily none.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
On second down, here's Gibson again. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones. Not having
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. To throw on third down, Shirley. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. But the contact right in time there. And now 4th down. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep this a 3-point game. That's so frustrating for an offense, especially on the road. You put together a great drive, but in the end, you come away with nothing.
And it kind of silenced the crowd a little, too. But few things wake them up quite like a missed field goal.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 80 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
If they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Second down and 8.
Jackson now.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
They find some open field here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Shirley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Shirley. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to fourth down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
With the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help. And I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score. And sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else. And that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Jackson on first down.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
2nd and 11.
Jackson will throw again. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
On third down, here's Dobbins.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. To throw on third down, Shirley. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now it's Jackson.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now it's Jackson taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return, and the Jets will take over.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On the give, this is their fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Off the bootleg, Shirley. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Shirley. And he rifles one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Shirley.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
A give running right, Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Shirley. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
New York ready to go again offensively. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Once more, Gibson. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. 153 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Off play action. Shirley. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Back to throw. Shirley. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Shirley. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. He'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 22. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They certainly have success throughout this contest, getting him involved in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He gets this one to Boyd. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now out come the Jets. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Shirley. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback when there's extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They go play action now. Jackson.
He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he goes out right around the 39. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson
finds his man. It's Kohler.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Jackson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They run the toss now with Gibson. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Shirley. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Ravens offense back out there. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 in the first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. To throw on 2nd down. Shirley, throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gibson again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because That's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Shirley under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, still a one-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner, and a lot of people look at them going for it on 4th down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them, got the ball right back for them. So nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Jets, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.